So still now we have already discussed what is an IC engine, and under this IC engine we have already discussed the petrol engine, diesel engine, two-stroke engine, four-stroke engine, and what are the different types of cycles we are using for the petrol engine, for diesel engine. What is the PV diagram of each cycle and how it works? What is the difference between petrol and diesel engine? And what is two-stroke engine? What is four-stroke engine? Why it is so called? And what are the differences between them? Everything we have already discussed. Now we shall discuss about the application of IC engine. This IC engine mainly we used for the automobile sector. That does not mean that only it can be used in the automobile sector, but also we are using these engines for the different industrial purpose, because these engines produces the mechanical energy or mechanical work as the output energy, and that mechanical energy can be utilized in any industry for their useful purpose. So these engines are not only used in the automobile sector but also used in different industries. Besides this, there is a very important application of this engine. These engines are used for the power generation. We are using the diesel power plant. In the diesel power plant, which are mainly used for the standby units, for the emergency purpose, we are using the diesel power plants. In the diesel power plants, mainly we are using the diesel engines. But in case of the power generation in small scale, in small range, up to 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt or 5 kilowatt, like that, we are also using the petrol engine. In small shops, small office, we are using the generator set. That is a power plant. We are converting the heat energy present in the fuel to the mechanical energy, and that mechanical energy is converting into the electrical energy. So that is a power plant. So in that way, we can use the engines in different industrial purpose and power generation. Now come to the main objective, main application, that is the automobile sector. In the automobiles, we are using this engine. Petrol as well as the diesel engines are used in the automobiles. Mainly we are using the petrol engine for two-wheelers and some light vehicles, four-wheelers. As the petrol engines can run with smoothly without any vibration, it will give maximum comfort to the passenger. And that's why these petrol engines are best suitable for two-wheelers and the cars and for the luxury cars only. That does not mean the diesel engines are not useful for the cars. Yes, we can also use the diesel engines. Where we need maximum power, there we are using the diesel engines. Now, question arises, how these engines can move an automobile or vehicle? In automobile or a vehicle, the wheels are rotating so that the vehicle is moving. In some vehicle, all the four wheels are rotating or all the four wheels are getting power. Those type of automobiles are known as the four-wheel drive. If we shall drive only the two wheels, that is the rear wheel, we can say that is the rear wheel drive only. When the vehicle has to be run in heavy terrains, in muddy road, hilly road, then four-wheel drives are much more essential. There we shall get the power in all the four wheels. Now question arises, how the mechanical energy that develops in the engine will go to that wheel. That is known as the transmission system. Through that transmission system, the power developed in the engine will go to the wheel. And in that transmission system consists of some important devices. Number 1, clutch. Number 2, gearbox. Number 3, driving shaft. Number 4, differential. And number 5 is the wheel. Through these components, the power will transfer from the engine to the wheel so that the wheel will rotate and vehicle will start moving. Now let us discuss what are the functions of all those equipments or devices. First come to the clutch. The function of the clutch is to engage and disengage the driving shaft of the engine to the driven shaft of the gearbox. So, the main objective of the clutch is to engage and disengage the two shafts of engine and gearbox. So, naturally, clutch will be placed always in between the gearbox and the engine. It may be a single plate type or it may be a multi plate type. So there will be no direct contact or direct connection between these two shafts. Due to friction only, the energy or the torque from the engine will be transferred to the gearbox. When it will be disengaged, that transfer of torque will be blocked or stopped, so that power will not go from the engine to the gearbox. Next device is your gearbox. Why we are using a gearbox in an automobile? The function of the gearbox is to provide variable engine speed or variable RPM and torque to the wheel depending upon the road condition. When a vehicle will run in a hilly area, in a gradient road, at that time it needs much more torque in compared to the RPM. It needs less RPM but more torque. But when it will go in the highway, it needs more RPM but less torque. This variation of torque and the RPM can be governed by the gearbox. So, when we are starting the vehicle, then first we are putting our gears into first gear. In the first gear, the wheel or the automobile or the vehicle will run maximum up to the 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. But in case of second gear, the speed will increase and the torque will decrease. In third gear, again the speed will increase, again the torque will reduce. And in the top gear, again the speed will increase, but torque will reduce. In this way, by changing the gears, we can get the RPM and the torque at the wheel. When we shall shift the gear from first gear to second gear, at that time we are pressing the clutch, so that the transmission of power from the engine to the gearbox will be stopped, and hence it will be easy to transfer the power from the first gear to the second gear. So during the shifting of gear, we are putting our clutch disengaging, that is, we are disengaging the clutch and we are shifting the gear. After shifting the gear, we are engaging the clutch. So the clutch has more importance during the shifting of gear, and it is very essential. Next come to the driving shaft, or that is also known as the propeller shaft. It is only a tubular shape. It is in between the differential and the gearbox. As the gearbox is placed at the higher upper position and the differential is at the lower position, so there will be an inclination that will be adjusted between them. And at the end, next device is your differential. At the differential, that is the final reduction of the gear or of the speed is taking place, and the torque will be transferred to the wheel at an angle of 90 degrees. That's why there will be a bevel gear. And due to the planetary gears, there will be variation of torque and speed in the left and right hand side wheel, and the power will be transmitted to the wheel. In this way, the power will be transferred from the engine to the wheel through the clutch, through the gearbox, through the differential or the propeller shaft, and the differential. At the end, the power will go to the wheel. So in that manner, the power can be transmitted. So engine can be placed at the front, engine can be placed at the rear end of the automobile. When the engine will be at the front and the power will transmit to the rear wheel, then it is known as the front engine rear wheel drive, and so on.